Class up. What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. Damn, what is the date? Uh, Happy Friday, September 26th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the lovely city of Atlanta, Georgia. I appreciate everybody being in here. I know you guys are going to have to shift over, so let me drop that in the chat real quick for the other one. That's my bad. I was trying to use my iPad as a camera, so bear with me. I gotta go over to the live and tell everybody to shift over. I'm gonna have to update this. I had to switch stuff around. Uh-oh. And now I'm going to, uh-oh, crap. Somebody will start floating over here soon. Boom, put that in there. That's Kofa's bad. I'm gonna pin this to the top of the chat in the other live stream. Then I gotta go back to this one on here because I got one like. That's my fault, y'all. That's my fault. That's my fault. Hopefully everybody sees this. I don't know who's in the chat right now because I really can't. Yeah, I'm fucking up, Rick. I am, bro. No, I have no shame. I have no shame. I'm gonna have to go back and switch stuff around. I'm glad everybody shifted over there. If you could, go drop that in the chat for me, Rick, and let everybody know to come over here. But apparently my mic is good. I was gonna ask you, could you hear me? So you see I'm fucking up, trying to learn this new technology. Let me see. I wanna see all my tabs. I wanna keep it up there. This is really my first time, not my first time, probably like my second time using my iPad as a camera. So I was trying to do it from here. I should have just went raw dog with it. So let me see if I can bring this up because I know YouTube is tripping. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Everybody shift over. Let me go back here. Then I'm going to have to go to this live studio. I am live. I'm 2 man. Yeah, Rick. Happy Friday, bro. Happy Friday. look. RBN in the building. Talking about, is that a Tesla? No, sir. So this is that's an Acura, bro. 2020 to be exact. I ain't got nothing new, man. I'm just a poor black man out here trying to make it through all the racism in America. Yeah, no, it's an Acura, bro. I'm partial to Hondas. I should have rebought my Honda. I actually got that Acura. I got into a really bad car accident back in 2020. I had just got the Honda Accord for my birthday. Look, he said, "Oh, a fake Honda." Look, the Acura is supposed to be the luxury brand, bro. And I really wish that I had kept my Honda Accord. Love that damn car. But I got in a really bad accident. Somebody ran a stop sign. Just stop sign, red light. They blew through a red light, bro. If I didn't react the way that I reacted and accelerate to try to, maneuver getting hit, I still got hit. But I would have got T-boned, and Kofa may not have been here. I think I told y'all that before, but I still haven't showed you guys the pictures. So when I be talking about counting blessings, count the blessings, bro. Rick says he been a Chevy guy all his adult life, bro. That's my next purchase is a truck. Even being here in the South, I just always got something, reliable. So I never, y'all know I'm about to smoke. I never got a truck, but that is gonna be my next purchase. Yeah, I'm glad everybody coming over here. I do have YouTube open on the other side, so I'm not too fond of this going live on the iPad really because I can't keep up with the chat all the time. I'm going to figure out a way. Do y'all know if it's a way I can go live on the on the iPad and keep the chat visible? I don't know how to do that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna look over what's going on, Drew. I appreciate you being in here, bro. While I like my stogie. give me a basic hand roll. So yeah, man, I just want to come on here, kick it tonight. Told y'all we hit the financial goal last night. I know y'all can hear that. Can y'all hear that airplane? I know I said I was going to hit, if we hit that financial goal, I was going to host a Q&A this weekend. So it's officially the weekend. Hopefully everybody off work. Want to see what's going on, what questions y'all got for me, how I started YouTube, why. I know I've been pretty much open book since I've been on here. Salute to, who else to say? Trey Titan in the building. What's going on? He said, I'm glad you're doing well, fam. I appreciate it, bro. He says, RBN says, I don't fuck with Apple products. I'm not a teenager. I am a Mac guy, bro. I hate Microsoft with a passion because I use it for work, and the government has such a big fucking contract with Microsoft. It's not going nowhere. So Google, Microsoft, I'm really not a fan. I've been a Mac guy since I got my first iPhone, and that's just what it's been for me. Let me see. Can I bring my cursor back over here? Might have to figure out a way to. I'm gonna figure this shit out. But yeah, I didn't feel like dragging all that equipment. I told you I was gonna be in the garage tonight. Laugh out loud. Yeah, bro. I'm just a Mac and an Apple guy. I promise y'all, depending on what questions get asked and who's over here, if somebody could go back to the other chat, I'm trying to see if anybody else is gonna float over here. I appreciate that, Rick. I see your comment. Shout out to Corey Joe. Corey Joe had already dropped me $2 in the other chat early. He said, great live last night, keep grinding, and he dropped me a $2 super chat. Corey Joe, I'm gonna owe any super chats tonight, I'm gonna owe you a drop next time I go live in the studio. But tonight we're gonna be chilling in the garage. This light is bright as fuck in my face. Bring it down. There we go. Yeah, Del Monte. I had to switch over, bro. I had the other live, and I didn't hit the button on that one because I wanted to use my iPad because I didn't feel like dragging everything down here. I just brought this this ring light down here so you guys can see me because it's gonna get dark in a minute. I know I'm light skinned, but it's still gonna get pitch black. You won't be able to see nothing but the fire. So I had to start another live on YouTube. So next time I do this, I'm just go raw. I'm just raw dog it, pause from the iPad. But how was everybody's day? Let's just start a general question. Let me ask you guys some questions. How was y'all day, man? How was everybody's day? How was everybody Friday? What you got planned for the weekend? Down here in Georgia, y'all know I'm a Bama boy though for football. Roll Tide. So Georgia and Alabama play tomorrow. Big time rivalry. Georgia's good. They're not as good as they were in the last few years. Bama, y'all know we still fucking rebuilding. So I can't wait for that game tomorrow night. I'm gonna be out here doing the same thing. Might fuck around, throw some burgers on the grill or something, and just chill. And get my preferred beverage, a root beer, because the boy don't drink, to go along with my stogie. I almost made it in the trash. Cheers. What y'all drinking on? What y'all smoking on that you can put in the chat? What y'all eating? What's going on this Friday? Let me see. Corey Joe, I appreciate that $2 super chat, bro. I just shouted you out, so I did get it. Del Monte said he's doing straight. Corey Joe said it was decent. Bet. Look, what I told y'all the other day, it's good to be seen and not viewed. Think about that. I saw so-and-so at the store today. You see people when they living. You got to go view a body at a funeral or a wake. It's good to be seen and not viewed. We're above ground. We're going to count our blessings. See, Delmont said, I just got done juicing and cooking. That's what's up. Corey Joe said he's watching some football. Well, who playing right now, Corey Joe? I didn't even look who got the Friday night game. Because, you know, usually Friday night is reserved for high school. Then, you know, college on Saturday and the NFL on 3 days out of the week. In particular, Sunday. Like this, the NFL get more love on Sunday than God. Lord have mercy. What's going on, Sheila? Can't hit you with a drop, but you go, girl. I appreciate you being in here, sis. We just chilling tonight. Any questions? This is supposed to be a Q&A, so y'all got to hit me with some questions. Hit me with some tough ones. I'm not going to sit up here and ramble and act like I know everything. So depending on what y'all ask me, it's really going to depend on how long we on here. I would like to be on like an hour, so y'all can get back to y'all Friday. I'm going to get back to mine, chill, and see y'all next week like normal, and maybe a few stops in between. But what's on y'all mind, man? What's going on in the world today? I'm gonna circle back to this H1. Salute, LX. Salute, good brother. Look, Malika dropped $4 on me for the cigs and the toothpick fund. I appreciate it, good brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't play my drop right now because I'm going live on my iPad, and then I'm looking on YouTube so I can make sure that I do see the chat, and that's on my computer. So if I play that, you're gonna be hearing me twice. It'll start echoing and all that. Let me see. Nobody got any questions for Kofa? Let me see. LX going to work. You be safe up there, good brother. Malika dropped that super chat. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to start picking back up on what I was kind of talking about last night, because I do want to start promoting this, because I was ignorant to it when it dropped until Theo Waff put me on. Salute to him again. And this H1B visas, I forgot who dropped it in the chat. It might have been G.R.O.W.T.H. It might have been somebody else. I can't remember. But they were saying the H1B visas is how a lot of Chinese people came over during the 50s and started opening the restaurants. And we have them everywhere. They locked in, they found something. That's part of the game they perfected. I know that's why you have a small pool of Asians in business over here or over there or at your job or whatever. But majority of the time, we do see a lot of Chinese people, they're opening Chinese restaurants because of the H1 visas. And they just kept passing that on. Indians got wind of it, and they've been coming over here for a while. And what was happening, this is why it's so big with this news, with the $100,000 that they have to pay for that visa, is because a lot of these tech companies, the Microsofts, the Googles, like we just mentioned, all those products and workhorses that we have, they were footing the bill for those visas and allowing those people to come over. They were going to school, getting the training, staying in the country, getting their bread, sending it back home, or going back home, taking that technology. Just like you have like people talking about how popular the or what Japan and China looks like as far as their technology, because a lot of their smart people are coming over here, working for less, paying for getting the visa paid for, working for less. Then they built the industry up, and now the industry is making all this money. Because you guys, depending on how old you are, you got to remember Y2K, and people thought the internet was a fad. But then when you look at it, I think it was a black woman that started the chip for the GPS. A black man pretty much taught the computers how to talk to each other. We've contributed a lot to this technology that everybody else has gleaned off of. So now with these H1B visas going up to the price range they're going up, companies are not going to foot the bill for $100,000 for you, your brother, and your cousin. Talk to my Indian people. Then turn around and pay you upwards of $150 as well, and then got to turn around and do it again in the next 3 years, when you have American talent right here. So a lot of brothers, I really want y'all to start paying attention to cloud and tech. I was having a conversation last night with G.R.O.W.T.H. It's not a bunch of ones and zeros and stuff that you see in these high-tech movies or these let it play on. Bunch of ones and zeros coming down your screen, and the screen is black, and the numbers and the letters are all green, and you got to figure it out. Me getting into it now, coding is not that hard. It's certain things that you can read, like a sentence, I want you to blah blah blah, and then it may follow up with some numbers or some characters. And your JSON, your Python, they read that. Those are different computer languages, just like you have different verbal languages or cultural languages. So It's really not that hard. I really want brothers to try to do a deep dive on it. The same way you go down the rabbit hole. When I first started smoking cigars, I went down a rabbit hole. I wanted to know about the blends, the area where the tobacco was grown, like the history of it. Do a little bit of a deep dive. Go down the rabbit hole and see what you can learn as far as technology goes, and especially cloud goes. Because again, this is just what I heard from the black men that I know in the industry. All of them have said the same thing at different times. I've heard it personally, I've heard it in groups, I've heard it in class. A lot of the Indian people, they know how to build the face of it. How you know, you go on and you log on to Facebook, Instagram, your different apps. They know how to develop it, but they don't know how to build the infrastructure, and they definitely don't know how to protect it from the security side of the cloud and IT and tech. I'm gonna keep using those words interchangeably because some people just hear IT, and they also still think you're plugging and pulling all these cords out of these big computers and all that. That's not that. They have data centers. Like Amazon has a huge, like how they have warehouse to get you your packages. They have huge warehouses like that, and it's just a bunch of fucking computers. That's where they centralize pulling and plugging and unplugging and all those different things like that. You're working on the cloud, the internet part of the structure, but now you can do that virtually in a VPC, a virtual private cloud. So instead of having this big towering, like my refrigerator back there, instead of having this big towering computer, you're doing it on the internet. But and then there goes the security piece and certain things you gotta lock. You ever got that 404 error? Something on your side isn't connecting to that particular website. It's blocked by literally what they call a firewall. I'm just throwing that out there for those that don't know. You've heard these little terms before, but all of them have their place. So I would encourage brothers to start looking at that, especially if you're doing hard physical labor. You can do this. There's truck drivers in my class. There's a guy, again, like I said, a carpenter. Don't have imposter syndrome with this. Within the next, anywhere from the next 6 months to the next 5 years, this is where you want to get in. I would really encourage you to push it within the next 6 years. I think when these H-1B visas actually, when the new law takes place, or the new rule takes place in like March or April or something like that. Jay in the building, what's going on? Let me get y'all comments. I'd like to see everybody. Yep, Del Monte, she did. RIP to sister, auntie, Asada Shakur. For those that don't know, because somebody had seen a couple of questions. I know it probably came from some younger people, but basically, she was accused of killing a cop. Give a rundown back in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 70s, when the Black Panthers were popular. Excuse me. When the Black Panthers were popular. They tried to get her out of the country. She ended up getting arrested. They put her in they were holding her in an all-male prison. A couple of the other Panthers broke her out, and they were able to get her to Cuba, and she's been there ever since. So you want to talk about some woke black history? Salute to that sister, auntie, RIP. I was hoping one day to visit Cuba as a passport bro, get my passport stamped in Cuba, and by happenstance run into you, but RIP to auntie, sister, Asada Shakur. Let me see. Jay said salute to you, good brother. We gonna keep talking. Appreciate everybody being in here. Again, this is somewhat of an impromptu live. I told you guys I was gonna do it. I was hoping somebody was gonna come with some questions, ask me some fraternity questions or something. Hopefully I can help some brother out there. I don't know everything. I got my what's the name up there. Jay says Asada was the true definition of woke, not this woke shit that we got today. Indeed, brother. That's why I be going off on my rants. That's why I get upset about the things that I get upset about. Because a lot of people back then that laid their lives on the line. It's a saying that we have in the military that all gave some, all gave some, but some gave all, meaning they lost their life. So with some people back then that were doing the work, the free food programs, to, again, salute my grandmama. She used to hide the Panthers in her house when the police were looking for them. So those little things like that, and not everybody made it. It's not as hot anymore. Hold up. Cut the damn fan off. Let's see. Good. Okay. Ask me some cigar questions. Something y'all here in the chat. Talk to me. Glad everybody. Sheila, how you doing, sis? I don't think you was in here yet when I asked everybody how they were doing, how their Friday was. What are y'all plans for the weekend? I know it's football season, so we'll go ahead and check that off the block. Yeah, I know you watching football. You got getting up with a chick, ladies, y'all getting up with a dude, or however y'all swing out there in the chat. What y'all got planned? Anybody traveling anytime soon? Anybody got travel plans for when it gets cold? I noticed that about myself. A lot of the trips I was planning and taking, I was doing during like the fall and the winter and hitting warm weather. I think the only time I really been out of the country, I hit Cartagena, it was like April and it was scorching. The next time I hit Cartagena, it was January. So it was cold as hell here in Atlanta. Wore a hoodie to the airport, I bundled up, got off that plane, it was fucking perfect weather. It was like 83 degrees. I don't think it got no higher than like 86. Well, it feels like it, but it really ain't getting no higher than 86, 87 maybe while I was there. And that was like middle of the day. Court Joseph says, what do I think about the Falcon loss? I still believe the Falcons are cursed, bro. Being in Atlanta as long as I have been, because I'm not really a pro football fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really not. I don't have a team because, again, being from Bama, we don't have a pro football team, and a lot of people don't realize that until I say it. But we don't have a pro football team. So of course, grew up kind of watching Alabama, Auburn. Again, got a little bit older, discovering HBCUs, got my woke on in Alabama State, Alabama A&M, so on and so forth, Tuskegee. So that was my football, was college football. Got here, of course, kind of being immersed into the Atlanta culture. Falcons win, lose, draw. It's a blood sport between them and the Saints, or the Aints as the ATLians call them. So that loss was horrible though, bro. You can't put a donut on the board. That's just me. I truly, this is spiritual Kofa talking now. When they built that new stadium and they knocked down that historically black church, that again, Atlanta native Dr. Martin Luther King preached in himself. When they knocked down that church, I genuinely believe that the Falcons are cursed, bro. That near Super Bowl, when they were blowing out the Patriots and they made that miraculous comeback, the Falcons cursed, dog. That's just my opinion. Brother Malika says, Kofa, since you and your son have connected, how has your relationship has grown, and how is the father and son bond between you two? That is a great question, bro. It's awesome, man. It's really like he's been with my family the whole time. It's really been like he's been with us the whole time. Him and my dad are thick as thieves. That's his boy. But me and him get along great. We go outside and play, and like he's 3, man. So he does 3-year-old shit. I already got him on Ninja Turtles. Had to start him out right. So turtles and pizza is our thing. I'm glad, because I don't know what I would do if I had a son that didn't like Ninja Turtles. I had to give his ass back. But nah, man, we get along great. I try to use like the Miss Rachel. There's another sister, I think Miss Monica is a black sister for those out there. Just parent talk. They got little ones, little nephews and stuff. She kind of does the education, the sing-songy, Grace's Corner, all that stuff. But I do teach him through the Turtles about how to share, brotherhood. He knows his colors, so he knows which one wears what. He can't quite pronounce their names yet, but yeah, so we get along great, bro. He he doesn't like sleeping with me if my dad is around. Then I try to put him to bed by himself if it's just us. And then all of a sudden he wants to snuggle up with daddy. But if my dad's around, no, I sleep with grandpa. I sleep with grandpa. He doesn't like. And then yeah, I don't know. The boy's all over the place. But he's a good kid because of the history that he had, and y'all know what I'm going through as far as trying to get custody and the abuse charges that his mom has. I wanted to make sure that nothing mentally sat with him because he is a little bit verbally delayed, and I don't know if he just kind of standoff like his dad, but he's talking more than we've gotten him into a different daycare. But I wanted to get him checked out. I wanted to do my due diligence. Oh shit! Almost dropped my. What's it? I wanted to do my due diligence as a father and make sure that he was good. So took him to a couple of doctor's appointments, had him looked at for autism. Actually got the word today, so appreciate it, Malika, for the question. He's not autistic. I learned something today going to talk with the doctor. There's like 16 signs they look for, and he distributed like 3. So he sounds like a typical 3-year-old to me. I don't think anything was really wrong with him other than him kind of like just really being aware of his surroundings and not really talking. But now he talks and sings and plays, and I think I just had to getting him out of that environment, and then him going with his grandmother and being around his older 2 brothers. And his mom claims she got the abuse charges because the older 2 boys hurt him. But I got the police report. I still haven't showed y'all that, but I do have the police report because I haven't redacted it because it got the other boy's name in there. So I'm still stepdaddy trying to protect them as well because they don't deserve that shit either. But I didn't know how much it impacted him seeing or hearing what he may or may not have heard with his mother. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I do know what is written in black and white. So I wanted to do my due diligence and make sure that my son was okay. But I appreciate that question. Let me see. Let me slide over. Yeah, give him back over to Turtles. Corey Joe, like, wait a minute, bro. We got a fucking problem. We need to redo that damn DNA test. Del Monte says your pops and your son are going to plan up on you. Make sure he gets to see Thundercats. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on the Thundercats too. I'm gonna put him on all the good 80s shows. Let me see. Jay says he like going with Pop. Yeah, man, him and my dad, thick as he got my dad wrapped around his finger. My mom was the disciplinarian. My dad was the same way with me and my brother. My brother could get away with murder with my dad. Now he was kind of strict on me, I guess, because I was the oldest, first boy or whatever. But my mama was really the disciplinarian. But most of the women, like I look at my grandma, her mom, my other grandma, they whoop ass in a heartbeat. So my dad be like, what? My dad is one of those stern talking to, like you have to really fuck up to get my dad pissed. And I know why he's like that. A lot of people are like, oh, that's backwards, Kofa. Your daddy a sucker. My daddy went to Vietnam when he was 18. He did 3 fucking tours. My daddy a fucking killer. It is what it is. There's no way in hell he did 3 tours in Vietnam back then and ain't dropped somebody. So my dad done seen some shit. So he really has done a great job, and I didn't understand it until I got older. He's kept his temper under control. He really don't cuss. Neither did my grandfather. His dad got a big vocabulary. I got their vocabulary too. But them women in my damn family, my God, cuss your ass out from top to bottom. That's where I get that shit from. See? Let's keep on going. But yeah, him and my pop, thick as thieves, bro. He can't do no wrong by my dad. Police says, oh, he loves sleeping with his papa, yeah. And you know, he'll sleep right in the middle between my mom and my dad and snuggle up. My parents still married. They're going, probably about 43. They've been married 45 years. Their anniversary was just last month, matter of fact. RBN says, we have changed Messy Michonne's name. She is now known as Messy Dio Michonne. If you know, you know. A hot ass mess. Let's keep on going. Let me see. We got any more questions? Felicia says, "Thank you for your transparency, Kofa. No problem, sis. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to do these lives for." Yeah, Malika says, "Wow, 3 tours. God bless him. Yep, and still living. He came back with all his shit working. Um, of course, he probably do have some mental issues. Not what they called it back then, shell shock. They didn't call it PTSD. They didn't have those terms back then. So what help did he get? I remember he was telling me one story when his first tour, when he came back home and my aunt picked him up at the bus stop and he was feeling good. He's telling me he was feeling good. He was back. He made it home alive. He was about to see his family. This that he get off the bus, and I guess the war had weighed on him. And my aunt just looked at him and was like, "You need to go back over there and get my brother." She could see the change in him, how much that shit was weighing on him, that he couldn't see in himself for probably some years. Get back to y'all questions. Jay says, "Kofa, have you ever asked your pops, was it true what they said about Viet Cong leaving leaflets telling black soldiers, go back home, soul brother, this is not your war?" I did, 100% true. He confirmed that shit a couple of times. My dad actually got taken. He was a prisoner of war, temporary. They took him and 2 white dudes, the way he told me, and they cut him loose and told him to go. And then, of course, being a soldier, he don't want to leave his guys. They shot at the ground, and he just took off running. You go, you go. That's what he told me. They turned him around. He thinking they getting ready to cut his throat or something. They cut the rope, turn him back around. You go, you go. So yeah, bro, it was what they called a lot of propaganda. But just like Muhammad Ali came out and was like, "Ain't no Viet Cong ever called me nigga." It was a lot of brothers that felt like that. But what else were they gonna do? It's a lot of black men back then that joined the military as a way out. That's what got them set up for life. And then some of them did come back, get whatever stipend, VA or whatever like that. Did turn to drugs, did turn to the streets, but a lot of them did turn a lot of that into something positive. My pops being one of them, thank God. So I would encourage brothers today, since there's so much racism and everything going on, do a stint in the military, especially for the younger guys. Go ahead and go in. I wish I would have went in earlier. I would have already been retired. I got, like I said, 4 more years left. But, oh, that's my neighbor, I think. Yeah. Got a relight. But yeah, so he did confirm that, Jay. Yeah, and Jay said, "Damn, that's heavy." Yeah, bro, a lot of this stuff, that older black men, and that's another reason why I be going so hard, because I remember overhearing these stories, bits and pieces, and then trying to ask them questions sometimes. They would not talk. They would not talk. That's why we heard so many times, "Sister, I wish I would say something. I wish I would say." Now we're talking, and you're getting this blood because brother's been holding it in for so long. That's why I go hard, because I have to be a voice, not just for other brothers that are going through or trying to get better. I got to be a voice for all them cats back then that didn't have one. I have to be. Who else is going to do it? There's pockets of brothers here and there. We got our Black Manosphere and things like that. But if we don't tell the stories that our grandfathers told us, especially with them passed on now, the stories that some of our fathers, by the grace of God, my father's still here. Some of y'all may not have your father anymore. If we don't tell their stories, who is? Because they're either at a space where they can't, or they still don't want to. They just don't understand the power of the black male voice. That's why this space is so important. This is why I talk, because I still remember what it is to be a younger black man. I'm finding out what it is to be a middle-aged black man. I can only look forward to the older cats that were, ahead of me, and seeing what it's like to be an older black man. And we deal with some of the same struggles, and one of the main ones is not being heard. Legitimately heard. And I'm not using it in the black cultural phrase of who got to listen to you, aka who got to do what you say. I mean just being actually heard about the things that you're talking about. Not the bullshit player stuff, not, "Oh, I had this many women back in the day," this, that, and the third. I'm talking about actual life learned lessons. Did Missy pop up in the chat? I didn't see her. If she did. That's my beer. For those that came in late, is a root beer. And oh, Kofa, you giving away free brand ale? I don't care. I ain't got there yet, bro. I might start acting a little funny when y'all see me between 10 and 15,000 subs. But I ain't got there yet. I'm still just enjoying this. I think I'm gonna be on YouTube for a while because it's just too easy, just like I did tonight. Even though Rick caught me. Rick was the first one. He was like, "Dog, you fucking up." I was. I had set it up on YouTube on my computer, but thought I could go into the studio on my iPad, but I can't apparently. So I had to do a whole other live. So I got to go back. I'm gonna leave that up and re-put the thumbnail on this actual live stream since we're here. What y'all got planned to watch tonight? I need to find me something. It's a new show on Netflix. I plan on watching. Hold up. What was it? Some apocalypse shit. Something about a bunker and billionaires. Of course, y'all want me to update. Let me go ahead and update it. It's something about a bunker. I don't know what it is, but y'all know I like my apocalypse stories, especially zombie apocalypse. But I don't know what's going on in this particular story, what's destroying the world, if you will. But I'm gonna check that out Friday night. Sit out here, smoke another one. Y'all never answered my question, what y'all drinking? Whether now or later on tonight. What are y'all drinking? Anybody got any hot plans for Friday night? Anybody got any? Does anybody else smoke cigars in the chat? I know I met a couple of brothers down at the Conclave. Malika, you gonna be at the Conclave next year? If Malika's still in here, you gonna be at the Conclave, brother? Delmonte says Iraqis were telling us we are Hebrew. Had an officer tell us don't listen to that. We got next. Brother Malika says, Kofa, your son, blessed to have you and your parents in his life because our boys need a strong masculine presence in our lives and an extended family to help us grow into better men. Indeed, bro. That's why, like I told y'all last night, I had to decline the position. I was supposed to be going to Maryland, but I had to decline the position because there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to fight for my son from Maryland down here and the judge just dismissed the case. Meaning I gotta refile next week, start all the way back over, and this already took 7 months. And they were trying to work with me. They was like, well, what's the time frame? I legitimately cannot give you a time frame because I did not expect it to take this long this first time. So I don't know what it's going to actually look like when I do serve his mother with those papers. I don't know what that's going to look like. So that could extend out for a whole other year. So I appreciate that again, Malika. But yeah, I had to choose my son. I had to choose my son over my career. But like somebody told me, and I've been repeating as of late, and y'all will start to hear it, 3 words. Allah will provide. I'm not going to hit y'all with all the religion. You believe what you believe. But Allah, the Most High, God, however you call the Most High, will provide. Allah will provide. I will hit y'all with an Allah Akbar, but again, soundboard. Does anybody else smoke in the chat? Need some more cigar talk buddies. So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do this weekend. Like I said, tomorrow I know I'll probably hop on. I got a little, like one of them little small grills. I sit out here on some kind of hood shit in the garage, and I'll grill in the front yard. Well, right in the driveway on my small grill, and get the burgers hot off the grill, and just sit out here and grill and watch football. So that's my plan about this time tomorrow night. I think kickoff is at 7:30. So yeah. Felicia says, yes, sir. The Most High will provide, indeed. And what the hell? I don't even want to know it now. I'm trying to find the name of the damn movie. If Netflix open up, there we go. Kinda, maybe. Think about it. There we go. Corey Joe says, for those who never smoke cigs, what would you start off with? When we say cigs, we mean cigars on this channel. We don't smoke cigarettes on Growth Talk Entertainment. We're on Growth Talk with Kofa. We don't smoke cigarettes. We smoke cigars. I'm a cigar snob. So Corey Joe says, asked, for those who never smoked cigars, what should you start off with? I would start off with tobacco or a Fat Bottom Betty. So there's a cigar brand called G.R.O.W.T.H. They produce the cigars for another brand called Deadwood, and there's four. They started out with four. There was Fat Bottom Betty, Crazy Alice, Sweet Jane, and Leather Rose, which was my favorite. They were all infused, kind of sweet cigars. And then they came out with the Girl with No Name, and I forgot the sixth one they just came out with, La Dominica or something like that. But they're all infused, kind of sweet cigars. But I would start off with either a tobacco or a Fat Bottom Betty. They go great with coffee. Kofa doesn't drink, so again, root beer or some dark soda usually is what I have with it, or tea is what I drink with it. I know my homeboys, they do their Glenlivet's. I don't even know what that is. I don't know if it's scotch or if it's bourbon. I think it's bourbon. So it just depends on your palate. And cigars are like, you know how those people do wine tastings and they go in there fancy and they sip the wine and they swish it around and they spit into the bucket just to get the flavors and the notes and everything. Same thing with cigars. There's certain notes. Like this one, this is a basic hand roll. This has like earth notes to it. When I say earth notes, I mean like cedar. It's not like you're chewing or smoking cedar wood. It's hard to describe until you smoke one, but it has like earthy tones to it. It's like a natural blend, I think. And this one I'm partial to Nicaraguan cigars, to Nicaraguan tobacco. So I would start off with a tobacco or a Fat Bottom Betty. To answer your question, you can look those up. Tobacco is Tabak. Let me see where we at. Brother Malaka says, I don't drink alcohol. I strictly drink flavored water, vitamin water, and good old H2O. I'm working this weekend as usual. Damn. Well, and find a way to enjoy work. You're above ground, like I said. Think about it like this. You get to go to work instead of you got to go to work. So, because some people ain't got that. That's my neighbor. Salute him. Let me see. Felicia says, G.R.O.W.T.H are fire indeed. Stay away, Corey Joe. If you go to a cigar lounge or you want to try or you want to roll with me to one, whenever you're in Atlanta, since I know I'm not going, give me a couple of weeks and we'll link up and go to one. But if you happen to go to one before me, do not get a Tatiana. Those are those little thin cigars. They look like that, called Tatianas, and that's what we usually call girl cigars because they'll have like blueberry crush and honey delight, different like little super sweet names. Don't do that to yourself as a man. I had to stop a guy one time in a cigar lounge. I don't know what the fuck the chick working there was thinking about. She was like, oh, try these. These are real light. These are real easy. Bro, don't do that. Don't you like that shit? Get one of these, get one of these. And she looked at me and I was like, bro, go ahead and listen to her if you want to. So he took my suggestions and the place was packed that night. He went over there and smoked it and he was like, thank you, dog. He saw me later on. He was like, thank you, bro. I was like, he said, man, he came back to the table and saw everybody that had that cigar that she was trying to sell to him was a female. And he was like, bro, thank you. I was like, dog, I couldn't let you go out bad like that. Couldn't do it. Let me see where else we at. Monty says, I want to see which cigar that match with what I'm cooking. What are you cooking? I know you said you just juiced and you cooked. What did you cook? Felicia says, start with the mild cigar like Acid by G.R.O.W.T.H. Felicia, I love you. I almost kicked you off this goddamn live, girl. Don't you ever suggest no damn acid. I can't stand acid. If you got it, salute to you. You a bad motherfucker. Can't stand it. And G.R.O.W.T.H does make acid too, but that's like their bottom shelf cigar. It has a guy riding a motorcycle on the damn, I don't have no rapper on this one. Has a guy riding a motorcycle on it, and it just look. Acid is a no-go. The only acid I have smoked that I liked, and I didn't know any better at the time, my homeboy at the time. Matter of fact, it was Chris Trucker. Salute to Chris Trucker. He out there on the road. I talked to him earlier. Probably holler him after this live. But that was the first time we met over my homeboy's house. He was grilling, and he was like, "Hey man, you want to try one of these?" I was like, "All right, cool." And then I think we traded cigars or something. No, he was just handing out the blondies. He gave us a blondie. I was like, "Okay, this all right." I really had just started smoking for real then. So me and my homeboy, we got together and we split like a sample pack of cigars, and they had some acids in there. We was like, "Oh shit, the ones Chris gave us was pretty straight. We're gonna try it out." So he lit his, I lit mine. We hit that shit at the same time. I looked at him. He looked at me. I'm like, "I don't know about this one, dog." He said, "Yeah, I don't know." We were like, "We're gonna hit it again. Let's see." No. Said it at the same time. No, this ain't. Took 2 puffs off. That never touched another acid. That was 5 years ago. That was 2020. That was like right after right after they sent everybody home. Right after the pandemic really got kicked off in America. That was 5 years ago. I have not touched another acid. No, Felicia. No. Let's keep on going. Let me see. Felicia says for pairing. She says pair a drink with your cigar. Yeah, it depends. It's going to depend on your palate. I'm always, safe bet is a Coke. Like I said, I like root beer. I got another Coke over here. Got my cooler down there. And what else? Pepsi, whatever the hell. Usually some soda. Coffee. Look, these are great with coffee in the morning. I'm gonna have another smoke session when I wake up. So yeah, coffee, tea, caffeinated stuff. I don't drink, so I can't suggest any bourbons. I just know my homeboy always get his what does he get? An old fashioned. If y'all know what an old fashioned is, I don't think that misses with cigars. I guess because I've seen several people order it. Order that drink when they're smoking or at the lounge. Let me see. Diamante says, the last time spaghetti, smoked oxtails, roast, etc. And in general, per se, my ass, man, you make some goddamn smoked oxtail? That ain't general shit. So with that, if you haven't smoked a cigar before, definitely eat. Put something on your stomach first. You're gonna think you're high. You're gonna think you're drunk, because that even though you don't inhale a cigar, that's why you see so much cigar smoke when I'm pulling and blowing it out, because you don't smoke for like I said, getting high. So you smoke it. Kind of switch it around and blow it out. You don't inhale cigars. So you're going to inhale a little bit because it's smoke, but you don't inhale like you would a cigarette or a blunt. So with the oxtails, something heavy like that, oxtails and rice, I'm assuming something heavy like that, I can smoke one of these. If you don't smoke cigars, if you haven't before, don't you do that shit. You stick with a tobacco with something light. And they have, I think they got a Connecticut cut, which is like the lighter wrapper, and like a Maduro, like this one. Like I said, I went down a rabbit hole when I was studying these. Do the same thing with the H-1B visas. Do the same thing with cigars. I've been on the University of YouTube. Just finally decided to hop on and throw my name in the hat back in 22. And y'all been rocking with me since. I appreciate it. Let me see. Read that. Felicia says, I recommend that. Talking about the essence. I recommend that to beginners. However, I only smoke full body cigars. Oh, Felicia, badass. Felicia, where you at, Felicia? We might have to get up and smoke one day. I know LX was in the chat earlier. He might still be listening, but I know he at work. But it felt good being at the Black Manosphere Conclave and meeting LX face to face and taking that young brother for his first cigar. Salute to him. And he trusted me. We got in there. I was like, man, try this one tonight, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh shit, this all right. Because he said he got an uncle that's an avid cigar smoker, and he just hadn't got into it yet with him. And he went with me and some of the other guys, and we just sat. He was like, man, this is nice. Like, if I was back in school, I'd be sitting around a bunch of weed right now and people doing stupid shit. Like, yeah, bro, this shit is all right. So he chilled with us that night. I think we went back the next night, and I let the sister that was working the bar help him select a cigar that night. So had a good time. Let me see. Police said smoke oxtails. Oh yeah, that did sound good. I was like, damn, I'm kind of hungry. I got some damn. Speaking of Chinese, girl, I got some leftover Chinese in there, and it's fake Chinese. It's Panda Express. Bad Kofa. Let me see. Red Pill Sleeper, what's going on? What's up with you? Jay Gray says, I can't smoke the tobacco. Gotta stuff my guards with weed. Man, you can, bruh. I promise you, you have a good, you go with some experienced smokers. Just the experience, like LX, just the experience, that shit gonna change your life, bro. That shit gonna change your life. You go to the right lounge with the right people, and they get you the right stick, that shit gonna change your life. Cause even when I got out of the Army, I don't even know if I'm gonna be smoking weed like that. I know a lot of vets do it. I don't know, I got these. I got my sticks, man. I got my cigar. See, Del Monte says, oh, that's y'all conversation. Chris says, it was a great time. Yep, it was. What's going on, Chris? I ain't even see you had snuck in here. Damn. What's going on, good brother? Relight again. Sitting here running my yap. Look, I'm sitting out here with Buddy, is what I call my pistol. Sitting out here with Buddy like I always do. Because people just be, randomly walking by. I don't know who on the bullshit, who not. But gotta protect myself. And that's my neighbor. But all right, for sure, Chris. Be easy at work, man. A lot of y'all hard-working brothers going into work this weekend. I actually took off today. I was supposed to be at work this weekend too, but I took some leave. I put in that leave time. Again, my order's getting ready to come in. I'm going back to my regular job again because of stuff with my son in custody in Maryland. But again, Allah will provide everything going to even out and work out. Going to be for the best. Let me see. Yeah, Monty says Benelli 12 gauge. Check it out. Well, yeah, I know about a Benelli. I need to get one. I need a shotgun, and I don't know what the hell I was thinking at the time, but I sold my AR, and I should have kept that shit. So now I'm gonna go buy another one and load up heavy on some ammo. So I'm gonna get my zombie apocalypse preparation on. Again, that's conspiracy theory, Kofa, or if anything crazy were to happen. I remember I was saying, trying to be a bit of a prepper beforehand, and people would laugh at me. I was like, man, I just want to be prepared, just have some stuff to the side, whether it's extra water, whatever the case may be. And what the fuck happened? COVID. People would keep asking me, well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm like, bro, anything can happen. What's anything, bro? That's the thing. Anything covers a lot of ground. I don't fucking know. Aliens, zombies. I don't know. COVID happened. Them same people that was laughing at me was depressed as fuck. A lot of them had to scramble to get shit. Some of them couldn't get stuff. Had to get up extra early or stay up late trying to go to the store or maneuver on the time that they was gonna go to the store. I already had my shit in the house. Went and picked up my daughter, dropped her off, went back to work, got to work the next day. They told us, y'all go home. Was at home for the next few, at home for months. Minding my business. Um, Diamante says I gotta build up an AR soon. Indeed. Chris says, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Indeed, good brother. Indeed. I can't leave these live chats up here on the screen. I wonder how they're gonna show up on the replay of the live. I don't know if it's a setting or what. But, yeah, we almost been on an hour, y'all. I told you I was gonna do it. I held to my word. Sorry about the hiccup earlier. Appreciate all the super chats I got on both channels. Appreciate that, Corey Joe. On the other one, that's my bad. Anybody got anything else for Kofa or the good of the group before we depart? I am gonna try to find this damn movie. Watch this shit. I think it might be a damn series too. I need me another dope series. Nope, that's not it. The hell? That's not it. Oh, Billionaire's Bunker is what the movie, or, oh no, it's a show. Billionaire's Bunker, 8 episodes, looks foreign, so I'm willing to bet it's gonna be pretty good. So I'm getting ready to watch that shit. Corey Jell says, nope, you don't have any more questions. RBN says, nope, I'm about to go do some homework in a minute. Me too, I gotta get ready, I got class tomorrow. That's why I did this live tonight. But do let me know in the comments on the video if y'all like doing these smoking lives. We'll actually set up a smoking session if you guys want to go out and like we're gonna see, you know, how to smoke a cigar with Kofa. We'll do it on, we'll do it live. Hit me up. I'll tell you what to go get, what to start out with. Just drop it in the comments under this video, and we'll try to set that up at some point in time. And we'll just, and then I'll actually bring people up on camera. I might open up StreamYard. Quiet Storm says, Kofa, don't check his Cash App. Did you hit me on the Cash App? I told you I got the I got the phone on silent, man. Here go this man. Bam. I appreciate you, bro. From the Quiet Storm, $10 spot. Appreciate you, good bro. I don't have my my what's the name set up yet. TJ says, yeah, open up StreamYard. Cool. I'll open up StreamYard. We can pop up and just, that's one of the only ways I'm gonna do a panel. If we really just chilling, because I hate all that over talking and yelling and arguing and beef. I can't stand it. Can't fucking stand it. So I'm gonna set up a chill live. I'll demonetize the stream. We'll put on some jazz. I'm gonna show you how I really be out here kicking it, watching Garage Theater. I appreciate the Quiet Storm for that 10 spot, bro. I owe you a drop as well. Okay. I can get it now. So yeah. Here. So my Garage Theater. That's how I set up my Garage Theater. Right there. And see, you can see you guys right there on the screen. Oh. Yeah, I got a little mini projector. I posted, y'all have seen a couple of videos. So one night we're gonna do a movie night as well. I know I told Michonne to do it. I know Theo's done it. Love Crossing Borders has done it. It's been a couple of people. I know Dr.T.H, he really breaks down the movies. I think we was watching Menace to Society last time, and he was giving a black masculinist view of Menace to Society. I might, this is one of these days, like on Fridays, I usually do a Black Boy Joy. I'll have pizza, but I had to run to Alabama today and run back to Atlanta. So I didn't do my normal, but I'll have pizza, watch a movie, chill. Saturday morning, I'll get up like a big ass kid and eat a big bowl of cereal and watch my old school 80s cartoons and just chill, bro. I'll have my Black Boy Joy weekend. Saturday night, I might get into some shenanigans. I don't know what it is. Me and this one chick, I don't know what it is about Sunday, but yeah. So still on my grown man shit, but Friday night, Saturday morning, Black Boy Joy. Find your peace, gentlemen. Find your peace. Let me see. I checked my Cash App twice. So thank you. Uh, RBN says, yeah, do it. Open StreamYard. Cool. Everybody get a roll. Jay Gray says, ain't nothing wrong with letting that inner child out from time to time. Bro, I do it time to time, but especially now that I got my son, that'll be our thing. I can't wait. I can't wait until he can actually play video games, because I do the fucked up big brother dad shit. You want to play? Mm-hmm. I give him the controller that isn't plugged up, and whoop, and just be sitting there either playing by myself or whooping his ass. He don't know. He just want to press buttons. So, yeah, I do that. But I can't wait till he get a little bit older so we can really, really talk and chill and laugh about shit. But still fun right now, 3 years old. But been going an hour solid. Getting ready to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you all coming in. No intro, no outro, no special intro. It was a pleasure answering you guys' questions. I appreciate those that asked. Have some more questions locked and loaded for me next time. I know this is different than what we normally do, but I did have a good time kicking it and talking with you guys. So I will see y'all. It'll be next Thursday. I might try to figure out what I can squeeze in. Now that I know I'm still going to be here, I might squeeze in another day during the week. It's not going to be Tuesday though, because I have class on Tuesday. So maybe a Monday or Wednesday. I'll put a poll up. Maybe a Monday or Wednesday to add during the week. And that shit, I retract that, because I got study groups as well. Let me figure that out. I'll see when I can add another show during the week, so it's not just Thursday. But appreciate everybody being in here. I'm gonna leave you guys like I always do. I love you. Ain't shit you can do about it. You matter. You're not crazy. Make better choices. Peace. I'll get at y'all soon, man. Y'all be easy. If I can figure out how to end this damn live on this shit. Nope, that's not it. We gonna hit.